Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. I know, another video within this week. I have so much time now. I have finished 2 of my assessments and by the time you're seeing this I will be seeing Tool in London, which is really exciting because they are my second favourite band ever. I'm actually wearing a Tool t-shirt today. But that aside, I did a poll on my Instagram, which if you do not follow, it will be in the description. It's just the _prog_nerd. It's a hassle saying underscore. It's literally just you type in the prog nerd and it'll be there. And the 3 options that I had lined up were my Genesis CD and vinyl collection, the Who studio albums box set unboxing, and the ABBA coloured vinyl unboxing. And the Genesis video won by a mile. I think it is a bit more appealing to people because I do a lot of unboxings on this channel, and this is a little bit different. This is more of like a collection style video. I've done a few of these before. I did one for Rush, I did one for Yes, I did one for King Crimson I think, and I did one for ELP. I've done a few of them, which if you want to check out, I think I have a playlist of them. If not, I'll make one and you can go and watch them. Before we begin, merch, get it, it's in the link in the description. You can support the channel by buying a t-shirt and you will look pretty groovy as well wearing them. I have given a few to friends and family, and everyone who has bought one, who I don't know personally, have said that the quality is really great and the designs are really cool, because they are. Secondly, as I mentioned, all my social medias are in the description, as well as my Discogs account, which you can check out. All of that has my vinyl collection, my CD collection, literally everything is logged onto Discogs, so you can check that out as well. So let's begin with my Genesis collection. This is a mixed batch of pressings that I've got in my collection, which makes this a little bit more interesting. It's not all just new reissues. Some of them are a little bit older, some of them are a little bit less good than the others, but all in all, it's Genesis, you know. Sometimes I don't want to spend an awful lot of money on a shiny new reissue when I can just go to a record store and get one for less than £10. So let's go. So the first one that starts my collection is Trespass. This is a reissue. As you can see, it looks pretty shiny and new. I've actually not played this yet. I got this a few months back and I've not had the chance to listen to it just yet. I don't listen to this album nearly as much as I should. I kind of work from the Nursery Crime era onwards, but I'm yet to check this one out a little bit more because I have listened to it before. Same with the one before this, which I do not have. I've not found a copy of it anywhere for a good price. The last time I saw one in general was at a record fair, and that was like stupidly expensive. So this is the first Genesis album I have in my collection. Then of course we have Nursery Crime, which is probably the most played album out of all of these. If not this, then probably Selling England. But this one is probably the most played. It's kind of scratched now because of how much I play it. But this is a great album, and this is also a reissue. So did pay quite a lot for it. In terms of, you know, reissue prices, you know, they're not cheap, you know. Same with this one here, Foxtrot. This is a great album, and these are all gatefolds, which I would show to you, but they're all kind of stuck in their little cases at the moment. I have a code for it as well. But this is a fantastic album as well, and this is also a reissue. Oh, this is the first Genesis record that I have which isn't a reissue. In fact, I remember we were in... where were we? Winchester, I think it was, and there was a little record tent in the middle of, I don't really know the area that well. It was like a giant high street and there was like a little tent in the middle, and we found this album, the Genesis Live album, which was quite expensive actually. I bought this, and I also bought the Beatles 1962 to 1966. Is it 62 to 66? That one, the red one, which I've now actually given away, which is kind of stupid because it was on red vinyl. But this is not in great quality at all. It's very flimsy. It doesn't really play all that well. I'm thinking of upgrading and getting a different copy of it because this is quite difficult to listen to, but this has got a great set list, and this is not a new fancy reissue. This is very old. I can't tell you when it was pressed or anything because it doesn't say it on the back here. I should know. But yeah, this is very flimsy, as you can see. I'm always worried about breaking it as well every time I pull it out. On to another reissue, we have Selling England by the Pound, which is an album that I'm really into at the moment. I wrote about it for a paper for university, actually, which I learned a lot, actually, about this album and the kind of politicalness surrounding it, which was very interesting. Great album. Next, we have their double album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I was about to say Selling England by the Pound again. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, double album. This is also reissue. This is probably the most expensive Genesis album that I have because it's a double album and it was expensive. And it's a reissue as well. I've seen this in record stores for way cheaper, but they've not been reissues. I'm not really fussed about getting like fancy, new, clean records. As long as it plays for me, then it's a win in my opinion. But here we go. Next, a lot of these next ones, actually I think all of these next ones are secondhand or not reissued, so I'll just show them now. We have The Trick of the Tail, A Trick of the Tail, which I got for £5 here in a record store in Kingston, near where I live. Fantastic album. Great record store, actually. It's very cheap and the quality is usually very good because they do check them, because I've seen them checking them. Wind and Wuthering, this was £7, but I did play it and it plays great. It's a great album. Seconds Out, which is the next live album that the band did. I've listened to this one a lot of times. I think this is probably one of the more expensive secondhand albums that I've bought in the record store that I was just talking about. But it's so worth it. I actually got to see Steve Hackett perform the Seconds Out set list on tour last year in October, which was very good. It's a great set list. And his band were very good. If you do have the chance to see them, definitely go. I think they are still in the US at the moment. I'm not sure if they've finished the US tour or not, because I've seen on Instagram people who went to see his concerts in the US, so I'm not sure if they're finished yet, but go and see him if you have the chance. And then there were 3. From this point onwards, I'm not as familiar. I just impulsively bought them to try and collection complete, because I do that. It's a bad habit that I have where I hate seeing things unfinished. So I will get an entire collection of a band, even if I don't like the album. I'll just get it because I like completing collections. That's why I bought Love Beach of ELP, because it just really annoyed me that my collection wasn't finished. But yeah, and then there were 3. So the next 2 are from record stores that I've bought in Brighton. So we have Duke, and we also have the self-titled. So the 2 80s records. The reason why I bought this one, not so much this one, but is because I do shit all over 80s progressive rock, and I feel like I need to give it a bit more of a chance because I'm not really as familiar with it. I'm only familiar with the bands that were formed in the 80s, so you know, things like Marillion. This I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed it quite a lot. This I haven't gotten around to listening to yet, but hopefully I will eventually, because I want to. That was all my Genesis stuff. That was all labelled under Genesis. I don't have any more. I'm not planning to get any more of them because, you know, I haven't listened to them, and 80s prog, hit or miss. I know I just said that I didn't give it a chance, and I should really give it a chance, but I've stopped buying things for the sake of buying them because I'm kind of, you know, spending all my money on records, and I'm trying not to do that. On to the solo stuff. So I only have 2 of the Genesis solo acts, if you will, Steve Hackett and Peter Gabriel, because in my opinion, those 2 had the best solo careers out of all of them. I know Phil Collins was just extremely successful, but that doesn't really equal good for me. I mean, he has a few good songs, but not enough for me to buy an album. So I will start off with the Steve Hackett collection that I have, which is just this box set here. It's got all of the albums in there. I've not actually got any of his more recent albums. I've heard some of it when he was touring last year, and what I heard was pretty good. I did prefer the stuff that he played of his earlier solo stuff, and obviously the stuff of Genesis. If you want a proper unboxing of this, then do let me know. I can read you out the titles that are in here because I really just can't be bothered to get them all out again. So we've got Voyage of the Acolyte, Please Don't Touch, Spectral Mornings, Defector, Cured, Highly Strung, and 3 live albums. So live at Oxford, live at Reading, and just live 1979. So if you want a full unboxing and full closer look at this box set, then do drop a comment. And the other collection that I have is Peter Gabriel stuff, which I've actually not listened to an awful lot of, but I can show you what I do have. If these are in the wrong order, then please don't get angry at me, because this is just how I've taken it out of the shelf. So we got, I believe this is the first one, I could be wrong. Second album. This is interesting. I bought this from a record fair and it's all in German. This is his 3rd album. I know for a fact this is his 3rd album because I looked it up before I filmed this video. This is all in German, as you can see. Now, I've not listened to it yet, so I don't know if he sings in German or if it's just a German pressing, but it is on Spotify, this particular version, so do let me know if that's sung in German. So, which is his, I believe, his most successful record. And also the Peter Gabriel Plays Live. This is not the Record Store Day one. As much as I really wanted the Record Store Day one, it was completely out of my budget, and this one was way cheaper. Because I think the Record Store Day one was a good, like, 25-30 quid, and this is 15, so save a good 10-15 on that one. Hello, Editing Neve here, coming from the future while you're watching this video and I'm editing it. I just completely forgot to show my Genesis CDs, even though I stated it at the beginning of the video. I don't actually have my Genesis CD collection here. It's all in my flat in Brighton, so I can tell you what I have because it's just 2 box sets. I'm sure you know what they look like anyway, I've talked about them in videos. So it is the 1970-75 box set, the green one, and also the live box set, the grey one, which is 1973 until like 2007 or something like that. Both really, really good box sets. If you want unboxings for any of them, I might just do them both in one video, then let me know. Apologies, I just didn't mention that in the video. So that is the end of my video today. Let me know your favourite Genesis album in the comments below, and also your favourite Genesis solo record. I will be back with another video at some point this week. Remember to get your merch and check out everything in the description, my social media and my Discogs. And as I said, I will see you in the next one, which will probably be this box set right here. Bye bye.